Hello and welcome in today's episode of Power FCB, and in this episode we are having very much interesting and intriguing news concerning the future of Manchester City attacking midfielder Bernardo Silva, Manchester City player who is currently on loan at Barcelona. I'm speaking about Joao Cancelo, and Atletico Madrid attacking midfielder Joao Felix, and some players who of course have already been linked to the possible move to Barcelona in this coming January. Yes, I repeat, this coming January there are some players who have already been linked to move to Barcelona. Okay, for this and more news, stay tuned till the end. And before I move on, I hereby wish to request you to subscribe to this new channel, give a like down below. You are free to comment under the comment section, and this one is for absolutely all of you. Comment under the comment section down below. And now let's jump straight into the news, because there is a blow to Barcelona as Paris Saint-Germain, commonly known as PSG, are seriously considering a move for Bernardo Silva, because Kylian Mbappe is desperate, and he is desperate to play alongside Bernardo Silva. Remember guys, Bernardo Silva signed a new contract this summer with Manchester City, but in his extended contract there is a release clause of around 50 million euros that allows him to join Barcelona, and Barcelona alone. And looking at how the financial fair play, the FFP, are continuing to weaken Barcelona's purchasing power and purchasing options, it seems that PSG might get their man. Even if Manchester City, for example, let's say they ask for more than 100 million euros, PSG are considering are having a financial power. Remember guys, in terms of financial fair play, the FFP, they are in a much better position, considering the departures of big players who are earning massive salary. Talk of Neymar Jr., Lionel Messi, Marco Verratti, Julian Draxler, and Angel Di Maria, and that gives them a lot of million euros. And this gives, of course, removing these players from the wage cap is favoring their financial fair play. Bearing in mind that they want to keep Kylian Mbappe and not lose him to Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe is now requesting Paris Saint-Germain board to sign Bernardo Silva. Now, according to El Chingrito TV, Barcelona and Manchester City have agreed in principle to sign Joao Cancelo on a permanent basis next summer for around 35 million euros. Barcelona now, the new director of football, Deco, is keen to keep Cancelo, bearing in mind how both of them, the two Joaos, I'm talking about Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix, have already displayed high levels of performance since they joined Barcelona back in the last day of the transfer window. And of course, it's good news to Barca to hear that Cancelo will stay on permanent basis, as the agreement is reached in principle by both the clubs, talks of City and Barca. And we hope that Joao Felix too plays Barca and La Liga. It's in your hands. Make it happen, because these two Joaos are really cooking here at the club. It's a dream for all of us to have both Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix, but let's see what the financial fair play will do with Barca this coming summer. And let me know your thoughts concerning the possible arrival of, or possible stay of both Joao Cancelo and Joao Felix, and if the financial fair play might force us to sign one. Which one of them will you wish to have at Barcelona? Is it Joao Cancelo or Joao Felix? Let me know your thoughts concerning this under the comment section down below. And now, on to other news, that Barcelona are once again been alleged of bribing referees in regard to the Enrique Negreira, the former leading referee official in Spain. On Thursday morning, members of the Spain Civil Guard searched the headquarters of Royal Spanish Football Federation, RFEF, for evidence in relation to the case. However, Barcelona still insists that the club does not have an official statement on the investigation, but added that its lawyers had considered all the possible judicial outcomes, and Barca might get well over this. Remember guys, that earlier this year, prosecutors filed on an official complaint in Barcelona court alleging that the club practiced continued corruption between individuals on the pitch in what is dubbed as the Negreira case. My goodness, up to date, there is no concrete evidence whatsoever to validate and give this evidence, but there have been a lot of rumors all over the Spanish media concerning the possible outcomes that might face Barcelona if they are found guilty of bribing referees in the years 2003 to 2018. Let's see what will happen concerning that, because that is more of a judicial case more than a football or a sporting case. Now, on to the last news of this episode is that Spurs playmaker Giovanni Lo Celso does not want to leave Spurs during this coming January transfer. Mundo Deportivo, or MD, reports that the midfielder, who was signed by Mauricio Pochettino back then in 2019, does not want to leave the club even if he has fallen short of Pochettino's pecking order. Lo Celso, who was at Villarreal on loan for the last 2 seasons, impressed and placed high level of performance at the Yellow Submarines, and now he might be forced to continue at Spurs even if he will be having limited minutes there, since his heart is reportedly still at North London. Giovanni Lo Celso still have 2 years left in his contract, and he's keen to succeed with the Whites. And on to other news is that Mundo Deportivo reports that Barcelona are attentive on the situation of the following players who are currently seen as outcast in their respective clubs. Talk of Jadon Sancho, who is currently out of favor according to most of the news from Manchester. Talk of Manchester Evening News, talk of the Sun, Sky Sports. They both report that Erik ten Hag is now favoring the departure of Jadon Sancho this coming January, and Barcelona are attentive on the situation and may try to sign him this coming winter transfer. Mathijis Delight from Juventus, Joginho, who is not having minutes at Arsenal, again Anthony Martial of Manchester United, Kai Herverts of Arsenal, and Nico Williams from Athletic Club Bilbao, who will be a free agent, by the way, this coming summer of 2024. Up to that point, I come to the end of today's episode with a question on to you guys, as I had asked earlier before. Which Joaos will you want to keep at Barcelona? Is it Joao Cancelo or Joao Felix, or you favor the stay of both Joaos? Up to that point, let's reach the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the video, and now I'm looking forward to make another video. See you soon in the next episode. Visca Barça, Visca Catalunya.